Hello everyone, I'm Jake Hill and we are here at Scalextric HQ, and we put out a social post asking you guys at home to send in your Scalextric track setups that you've got at home or that you've done. So we're going to go through some of them now and I'm going to give them my honest rating out of 10. So let's get into it. Okay, first one up is Craig D. Well, I love the lights. The lights are awesome. That gives really good sort of depth to your track actually, and I love the different levels. I'm a big fan of bridges and you know, different heights and the track going underneath each other and all that sort of stuff. I think you could do with some slightly better garage setups, I'll be honest, but the track layout, I must admit, looks pretty cool actually, and I do love the lights. So I'm going to give yours a solid 7.5 out of 10. Okay, next one is Eric L. So straight away, Eric, I can see that you have done a mega job at recreating the famous Suzuka circuit in Japan. I've never been to Japan, I've never been to Suzuka, but I have been told through colleagues of mine who I've raced against that it is a proper place, and I think you've done it justice there with your Scalextric layout. Digital circuit as well, I can see, with the lane change in there. Good effort, great use of you know, all the runoff and curbing areas as well. Good little pit setup. I'll tell you what, for a floor setup, that is mega. So I'm going to give yours a solid 8 out of 10. I think it's a mega effort for a floor. I can't lie. Well done. Next up, we have Ian P. Ian, thank you for sending in your layout. Nice mixture of corners there. We've got a hairpin involved. Really good use of all the barriers and curbing I can see as well. I love that. I love it. It really brings the track to life, doesn't it? But yeah, good job. Again, it looks like a floor circuit we've got going on. I like it. It's just a little bit on the small side, but I think it's perfectly good enough for what you want to use it for, and I'm sure you're having an absolute blast on it. So I'm going to give yours a solid 6.5 out of 10. Well done. Okay, next up, James G. Thank you very much for sending in your layout. Nice and simple, perfect. You know, if you just want to do a few laps, have a good race with a mate, then that's the way to go. I will say it's quite lane one heavy, in the sense that if you're on lane one, you're probably going to win every single race because it's basically just right-handers. But look, for a small, nice little layout, it looks great. Yeah, I'm still going to go, just because of the size of it, I'm going to go for a 5, but I love what you've done with it. Good job. Next up, we have Kevin W. Kevin, thank you very much for sending in your layout. Got a cool mixture of cars there, I can see on your start finish straight. A couple of touring cars, including a West Surrey BMW 1 Series, which I love, of course. So good job on that. Nice layout of barriers and curbing again. I like to see all of that. That's brilliant. Is it on a winch?
Yeah, so
it is on a winch. Yeah. Right, I've just seen it's on a winch, which instantly gives it another point, because that is cool that you can raise it up, lower it down. It's definitely something I'm going to be doing with my layout that you will see coming to a Scalextric social post near you soon. But yes, cool. I like the fact it's on the table. Good job with your layout. I'm going to go, especially for the winch there, let's go for a solid 6 on that one. Good job. Okay, next up is Matthew S. Matthew, thank you very much for sending in yours. Now, this is a pretty big setup. It looks to me like it's Silverstone. I can tell that. I really love the pit lane that you've got going on. Totally accurate to the real circuit on the wing there. Although the track is cool and the board is mega, and I feel like this one isn't finished, correct me if I'm wrong, but obviously there are no buildings, no curbing, nothing to sort of give it any atmosphere at the moment. But I'm sure with the amount of effort you've put into the table and the track size and the track itself, that this is going to be absolutely mega when it's done. So for now, I'm going to give you a 6 because I can see how much effort you're putting into it. But obviously, I can appreciate it's not quite finished yet just because you haven't done any of the surroundings. So I'm going to go 6 for now. Don't hate me on that. I'm sure when it's done, I'll happily reevaluate because I can tell that's going to be mega. So good job and good luck with the build. Okay, next up we have Nathan M. Thank you very much for sending in yours, Nathan. Now this is cool because I can already spot this is an OG Scalextric track. This is not any of the modern sport stuff there's obviously currently on the Scalextric market for the track. This is proper old school stuff with some old school touring cars in there as well. So I fully rate that. Great to see that the Scalextric track way back, 20, 30 years old it must be, is still going completely strong, and you've got a really nice little loft layout there, some cool barriers, love the pits as well, got some proper original pit lane track there as well. I've seen some on eBay, it's mega. So yeah, good job with keeping the old track going. I'm going to go 7.5 for that one because I just really appreciate that you're keeping your Scalextric set going. So good job. Okay, next up we have Rami T. Thank you very much for sending yours in, Rami. Yeah, cool. This looks like we are at a party of some sort, or a bit of a works do or something like that. And you've got a little track going on in the corner. Love the fact that you've got some bridges and some elevation going on there. That's a big win for me. I love that. Yeah, cool. For a little corner setup, I think you've done really well there. But at the same time, compared to some of the others and some of the other effort that a lot of other people have put in, I'm going to go for a solid 6 on that one. You've done some good stuff with the track that you've got and with the space that you've got in the corner there. But yeah, could do with a few more buildings and a few more cars, I think. But good job. Thank you very much. Okay, next up we have Ron M. Thank you very much for sending yours in, Ron. This one looks like a bit of a masterpiece. I won't lie to you. This one is truly, truly nice. We've got the digital stuff going on, 6 players available to play Scalextric at one time. I don't know if this is based off of something else. It looks almost Gran Turismo-esque in the sense of how pretty it's all done, and the layout, the amount of elevation you've got going on, the tunnels, everything. I fully rate it. I think it looks absolutely mega, and you've done a fantastic job, and I would love to come and have a go on that circuit. That looks brilliant. So I'm going to go for yours. I'm going to go 9.5. That is absolutely mega, and I'm sure anyone that goes and plays there has a fantastic time. So thank you very much for sending yours in, Ron. That is absolutely brilliant. Okay, next up we have Ryan C. Now, Ryan, first of all, thank you very much, because I can see that you are a massive touring car fan, which is obviously a big part of my life. You've also got a really cool picture hung up on the wall there of me and Ash Sutton at Thruxton in 2021, which is cool. I'm trying to see though if you've got any of my touring cars. You best have some of my touring cars. What we got? We've got the rocket car. Good job on that one. Have we got any more? I'm trying to look and see if you've got any more of my cars. I'm giving you an extra point. Mate, I think you need to jump on the Scalextric website and find some more of my cars by the looks of it, because I can only see a rocket ship BMW. But still, at least you've got one of my cars, so thank you very much. But anyway, this circuit looks really cool. It looks like digital layout to me. We've got lots of cool pit lane going on. Really great track decor that you've got with all the barriers, bridges, pit lane, all of that. Great little home setup you've got there. I know it looks smaller on the picture than it probably is in real life. I'm sure your wife or girlfriend isn't particularly happy with this amount of Scalextric in your house. However, I fully rate it. So I'm going to go for a solid 8.5 on this setup. It's really nicely done. You're a huge touring car fan, and I respect it. So thank you very much. Right, next up we have Simon A. Thank you very much for sending yours in, Simon. I can tell we've got a digital setup again. Brilliant. Lots of cars. We've got it parked next to something quite cool in the garage. I can see there, something red with some nice gold wheels, like it. But as a setup, it looks pretty cool to me. We've got really good mixtures of track. We've got a crossover. We've got a 2-to-1 lane type thing through the bottom here. We've got going on. Lots of lane changing options. Lots of different cars. I think the only thing that's sort of missing is just a bit more stuff surrounding the circuit to bring it to life. But it's clear that this is in your garage. This is a nice little floor setup we've got going on. Lots of different elevation and heights, which again, I absolutely love in a Scalextric track. For a floor garage setup, I'm gonna go for an 8 on this one. I can tell a lot of effort's gone in, but I think a few more, buildings, a bit more surrounding, bring it to life, that'll help a lot. But good job anyway, that's brilliant. Next up we have Thomas P. Thomas, thank you very much for sending yours in. I really like the little chicane you got going on there with all the tyres dotted round. It looks like a proper 70s old school F1 track, which is pretty cool, and on a nice little bit of AstroTurf or something you got going on there, which sort of helps bring it to life a little bit. A few marshals posts. Yeah, we're getting there with the buildings, aren't we? You're doing good at slowly getting them there. Yeah, it's a cool track, nice little layout, little bit bland for my liking. Please don't hate me, but you know, I'm sure you would love to have more Scalextric, wouldn't you? But we've got the go-karts on there as well, which is something very, very different. We haven't seen the go-karts on any of the previous layouts that I've seen so far, so that is a little tick there. But yeah, for this one, I'm going to go for a 6.5 on this one. I just think a few more buildings to go along with it, maybe be a little bit more adventurous with your track, but I can tell this is based obviously for a go-kart track, and yeah, I like it. Well done. Okay, next up we have Tom N. Thank you very much for sending yours in, Tom. Yeah, this is cool. It's on a board, I can tell, so it's off the floor, which is cool. We've got just the OG Sport layout, which is cool. It's all I've got at home for now. That's pretty good. We've got a few mixture of barriers going on, curbing, bit of runoff, that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's a decent layout. We could definitely do with some more buildings though, couldn't we? I think this might be the start of it. It might be that you've just got the board and you've put the track on there and you're slowly building it up. In which case, good luck with it, and I hope that you can really transform it into something that's mega. But yeah, I think this one needs a few more buildings to sort of bring it to life a little bit more and make it a proper Scalextric track. But the layout's good. The layout looks fast, which is cool. Everyone loves a nice little fast layout. Good mix of sort of Le Mans GT cars, F1 cars you've got on there as well. So yeah, I'm going to give this one I'm going to go for a 6.5, just because I think if you have a load more buildings and stuff, this will instantly boost it to a solid 8 if we can bring it to life a little bit more. But again, don't hate me, it's just my honest opinion. Let's go for a few more buildings, bring it to life a bit, nice little pit area in there, and you, Tom, are going to be onto a winner. Thank you. Next up, we have Tony S. Now, I've seen Tony's layout on Scalextric's social posts that they have reposted in the past, and Tony, all I can say is wow, your layout is just absolutely incredible. I love the amount of detail and effort and obviously multi-stages that you've put into your build. I have no idea how much time and money you've spent on that, but it is impressive. I love also all of your display cabinets around the outside with all your cars in and everything, and you've got a great area to obviously walk into the middle of that track, and you've got a great viewing platform for all of it. It just looks incredible. Does it have lights? I would like to know that, because that track looks like it would be incredible if you can dim the lights down and have some lights going on there. If you do, throw another picture in Scalextric, because I would love to see it. Mate, I can't give you anything less than a 10, because that is just the most incredible Scalextric track I've seen, and I have seen it once before, and you've done a fantastic effort. So hats off to you. Yeah, I just think you've done a brilliant job there, mate, and credit to you and your love for Scalextric. I fully admire it. Right, and the last one is Trov T. Thank you for sending yours in, Trov. This is cool. Nice little table set up. You know, you've got some really cool memorabilia on the wall as well. You've got lots of cars scattered around. Cool little pit area. Digital setup again. Fantastic. Yeah, a lot of time for that. That just looks like a really cool home-built track. Looks really, really nicely done. Got some really good scenery going on. Lots of good curb use, everything like that. Looks like it's in your garage, I think, but perfect place, obviously, for a good Scalextric setup. And yeah, it's a great one, mate. I love the complexity of corners you got going on. Nice, fast flowing layout again, I can see. I'm going to go for a solid 8.5 on this one. I just think some of the other tracks have a little bit more, you know, cooler stuff going on with their track layouts. This is quite a fairly simple track layout, but nice. So very well done. I fully rate it. I'm going to go 8.5 on this one. Great job. And thank you very much. Now that brings us to a close on me rating your Scalextric tracks. Thank you so much for everyone getting involved, sending your track layouts into me for me to have a look at. I love it. I'm a huge Scalextric fan, as you all know, and been proud to be a brand ambassador for them for the last few years. So yeah, thank you very much and enjoy your Scalextric layouts over the Christmas period. See you later.